Master King, thank you for your comments.
I appreciate you having me.
So the question is, what drew you to Taekwondo?
Um, well, I was single parent and didn't know how to fight, protect myself. And I met my teacher, Grandmaster Lewis, on the job, and I found out he was a martial arts teacher. And I said, hey, I think I want to try that. And so that's how I started. That's been 30 years ago this November, matter of fact. Yeah. Yeah.
You said that you were a single parent. Were you looking for something else to help bond you and your kids together?
Actually, I was just more concerned about being able to protect myself. I didn't own a gun or anything. Never don't get in trouble or anything like that. But um, I just wanted to be able to protect myself at that time. Yeah. So as I've gotten into the martial arts, things changed. I never thought. All I thought it was about was just, learning how to fight and protect yourself. But there's been so much more than that, and it's not really what I expected.
What else have you learned? Else that just, hey, I want to protect myself. Sit and reveal to me.
So so I've learned that how martial arts teach you, it teaches you a better way of life. I feel like it's kind of like religion to me. We go to church to learn how to live a better life, to be a better person. And that's one of the things that I learned as I've started this Taekwondo journey. And I learned if more people take martial arts, the world will be a better place because, it teaches you good moral values, how to be a better person, how to live better. Yeah.
You children still participate with you?
Yes, my wife is a third degree. She's my assistant instructor. My ex-wife is a master. So, yeah, my first wife, my first family, she's my ex-wife. She's a master, and my kids got to red belt. And now my wife, we've been married now for 13 years. She's my assistant instructor. She's third degree, and I have my little boy, my 6-year-old. He's yellow belt. So starting all over again. But yeah, it's a great.
To me, makes so much like cherry is that the family keeps growing
Yeah,
and grows with you.
yeah,
And aside from just being self-defense, you're also an instructor now as well.
right. I have a school in Alabama.
So you
Yes,
came all the way up here from Alabama.
yes,
And I mean, that's a undertaking in itself.
yeah.
What is your feeling behind teaching?
Behind teaching. So it's a wonderful thing to watch people develop. You want to instill some good things in the people. That's my main goal is to try to instill some of the values that Grandmaster Lewis have taught me, and so it's a joy to watch that manifest. I see these kids now. A lot of kids when I started teaching them how they were young, and now to see them grow up and get jobs or go to college or different things of that nature. So it's a difference. It's something to be proud of. It makes me proud to be a teacher. It does.
I would agree with that. And how many students have gone through yours?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a good question. I started teaching in Alabama in 2013 when I transferred. I moved from Tennessee to Alabama in 2013 and started teaching there. So several hundred, several hundred students. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but it's been several hundred students.
And I think what makes a good teacher is having heart behind what you teach.
Yeah.
And so just like teaching different curriculum in a school setting, this carries on to spirit, to physical attribute, to actually learn. Would you agree with that?
Yes, 100%. So being a good, you was talking about being a teacher. You have to, there different people learn in different ways. You have to be able to find a way to touch that person. And Grandmaster Lewis always said, if we can just touch one person's life, we've done. It's great. If we could just at least touch one person's life, and that's what we try to do. We try to touch people's lives in Taekwondo. So
Can you give me one example of one story that you felt was just empowering?
so there's a kid at that started under my direction, and he was 3 years old when he started. And I look at the kid now, and he's a teenager in high school. He's making good grades. He's a very manable kid.
I bet.
He's participating in sports. He's good in the community. So that's what we want to raise. We don't want to raise up kids, to be in gangs or things of that nature. We want to bring respectable people to see them thrive in life. So, I'm looking at this kid. He's now, getting ready. He's in high school in sports and hopefully go on to college and be productive. That's what we want to see. That's our goal is to try to make.
A better path.
Yes.
And it's not just about self-defense. It's not about being aggressive. And I remember when I was taught that if I used it outside the classroom, outside of our instructor, I could get in trouble.
Right.
Is that true?
Yes. So I tell my parents as well as children. I have adults in my class, and I say, listen, if you're out in bars starting fights, things of that nature, I'll kick you out of my class. Kids, I teach them, you have a right to defend yourself in school. If a bully is picking on you or something of that nature, but if you just out picking fights, trying to see if this technique work or something like that, I'll kick you out of my class. Yeah, because that's not the purpose of it. The purpose is to be able to defend yourself. So yeah, it's true.
So it's about respect,
Right. So much.
showing respect.
Very much.
Is there anything else that you'd want someone to know about martial arts? If you're going to say one thing, what would that look like to you?
Well, I never thought I would see the world. I was just a little country boy from Tennessee, and I never thought that Taekwondo would take me to places that it has. Starting out, just thought I would, go through the dance system and get my belt or whatever. But Taekwondo has taken me all over the world, China, South Korea, different places. I never seen that coming. So that was one of the things that I would say, Taekwondo can take you many places. Yeah.
So much for here. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.